Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video I wanted to talk about my acne story. I know that maybe right now you wouldn't know because not many of you know me, or I haven't been doing this for long, but I did suffer from acne for over 13 years, and today that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get into it. My acne story is something that is really part of my life because it involved from when I was like a preteen to like now. Just this past year and beginning of this year, I was able to get rid of it. It's for me, acne. I remember acne being part of my life back to when I was in 4th grade. It didn't start then, but what happened, I had a pimple like on my nose, and I remember my best friend pointing it out one day, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a pimple. And then a couple of days later, I remember we were in the cafeteria, and a kid, a boy, kept staring at us. I don't know why he was staring, and so I was like, oh, I wonder why he's staring. And my best friend told me this. You know why he's staring? It's because you have that pimple on your nose. You should pop it. And I just remember thinking, how mean is that? But I was like, and it didn't even hurt me. I was just like, okay, sure, I'll go pop it if it really bugs you. It's funny because it didn't really get to me, but for her it was such a big deal that I had this pimple. And I'm sure it was like, my face was back then cleared. I had a baby face, and then this pimple right in the center of my nose. So that's when I can pinpoint acne in my life. My acne got starting to really develop and get bad when I was like in 7th grade. I got the teenage acne, like the oily face, the redness, like, and the breakouts here and there. It got worse and worse. My acne texture was mostly small breakouts throughout my face, and I did have from time to time big breakouts. I remember specifically I would get them in between my eyebrows, in my cupid's bow, right under my lip and my chin, like right in this area. Sometimes like right in, like on my high cheeks. So I definitely had breakouts. Thankfully, I'm very thankful that I never got bullied for it. I'm very thankful for that. I don't recall anyone else besides my best friend making fun of me, or like people really bringing it up in a negative way. So what happened when I was like in 10th grade going into 11th grade, my mom took me to a dermatologist because nothing could get rid of my acne. It wasn't severe at that point. It was mild and even normal that I had that kind of acne because I was a teenager. So she took me to a dermatologist in Algodones, Baja California, which at that time was like an hour away from my house. To a dermatologist that same best friend that had made fun of me when we were small, she recommended me this dermatologist. And so I went down, and he prescribed me some medication. I don't know what it was. I just remember pills, and then he gave me like a blue face wash. To me, it looked like a men's face wash because it was a dark blue, and it was like a gel more than anything. And so he gave me that. He might have given me a spot treatment if I remember correctly. And then he told me, don't use any moisturizer, just use sunscreen. That'll moisturize your skin. And I remember that because they always say like moisturizer is so important, but he told me that, and that stuck with me. So that's what I would follow. And then for some reason, I don't remember, this was so long ago, we stopped going. I know I went back to him for follow-ups, and then we stopped going. I don't know, it was a drive, so it might have been the drive, or like, I was a teenager, so I didn't really pay attention. So but he got rid of it. He did help me get rid of that acne, and I want to say the effect of his treatment lasted about 1 or 2 years. But then and my acne came back, and you know, and now I was probably like 18 by then, so now my skin was a little bit more mature, like not that it was mature, but I didn't really look like teenage acne, like going through puberty. Like it looked like I had a problem now. Like it didn't go away in your teenage years, you know, something, it's not probably not gonna go away very easily. So I kind of just dealt with it. I thought that, like, you know, with different treatments I could treat it, I could take care of it, especially because I was so into skincare. I thought that I would be able to just with time I would get rid of it, or that it was hormonal. And so my acne does come from my dad. From what I hear, he had really bad acne, and then two of my older siblings also had it really bad, and my younger sisters, they don't have it that bad, but they do get breakouts. Next part I remember about my acne was when I was gonna get married. This was almost 6 years ago. I worked for a doctor back then, just a family medicine doctor, and I actually saw him for a consult, and he was like, you know, don't wear any makeup, and then cleanse your face at night with boiling salt water. Boil water and then throw salt in there, and then put it on your face. Because he told me when I was working in a lab, we found out that that salt water would kill bacteria even better than some chemicals. And so sure enough, I stopped wearing makeup, I did that. But then I remember my coworkers at that clinic also told me, like, the acne, I think it's called Acne Solutions from Clinique, I'll insert it here, it works really well, especially the face wash. They told me, like, oh, well, I was gonna get married, so I was like, oh, let me go buy it. And so in my hometown, all we had was Dillard's. So I went to Dillard's, I remember, and I was like, I'm here because I want to get rid of my acne. I remember not just buying the face wash, I bought the whole set of Clinique for acne, and I started using it consistently, every single part of it, and I know it did help. It didn't get rid of it completely, but it for sure alleviated the congestion I had going on. And so same after my wedding, same thing, I finished the treatment. I used up what I had and from Clinique, but because it was expensive, you know, I remember spending like $100 for that set, which is not bad, but I definitely didn't want to keep that routine, so I thought I could, you know, find the solution. And so I got facials monthly. By then, you know, I started really watching skincare on YouTube, following whatever beauty gurus were recommending. And so I thought, and again, thinking I could get rid of it on my own. And so from the getting the facials, a girl told me about a face wash, which I will also insert here. I don't know how to say the name exactly, PanOxyl or something like that, and that one, I feel like it did work. I feel like not 100%, but it did get rid of the big breakouts. It is very harsh because it's benzoyl peroxide, so it was strong stuff. It says on there, like, only use it once a day at first, or even every other day in the beginning, and then work your way up. And so I did that. I used it for a while and it worked, and then I switched to a Neutrogena one that was also benzoyl peroxide, and all these things worked fine, but again, it wasn't getting rid of it. I would still get 1 or 2 big breakouts a month. And so I was really searching for what really could get rid of it. And so that's when I got even deeper into skincare, and I started hearing like AHAs, BHAs, vitamin C, and I thought, again, myself. I thought I could cure it all. I done my research. So I remember I started mixing AHAs, BHAs, like stuff with salicylic acid, and then vitamin C to get brightening and to get a help with the scarring. And that's when I hit rock bottom with my acne. I got the worst breakouts ever. I will insert a picture here. This was the worst, and I remember taking these pictures because I was like, I will come up from this. My skin will only get better from here. So I remember thinking like, I must be triggering it, because why is it so bad if in the past it's never been that bad? I haven't done something super different, and I don't feel sick. Like, I don't think it's something internally. And so I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was God's help, but I ran into a video. I don't remember the name. If I can find it, I'll insert the thumbnail, or of at least the channel, because I know this channel dedicates to really comparing skincare ingredients and items. And I ran into the YouTube video that said, what ingredients should you not mix, or something along those lines. And so I clicked on it because I didn't know that you weren't supposed to mix certain stuff. And right away, they said, do not mix AHAs, BHAs, or benzoyl peroxide with vitamin C. For example, don't use it all during the morning or all during night. And that is what I was doing. That is exactly what I was doing. Then after watching that video, I happened to get another facial, and they told me, yes, what you were doing is you were reproducing your skin so fast that your skin was breaking out, because it was rejuvenating so fast. And I was like, yeah, I did that to myself. So that was like winter of 2018, November, December, when I did that. And so right away I stopped using it. I stopped the vitamin C. I was like, I'm only gonna focus on treating the breakouts. I'm not gonna worry about the scarring. And it significantly went down. It right away, as soon as I stopped using both ingredients, my breakouts got a lot less, because and that's when I knew that I had done that to myself, because I kept thinking, like, I questioned if like milk was causing it, if my detergent, if my pillows were causing it, makeup. But before watching that video, I knew it was not that, and I definitely did not want to give up milk. I love drinking milk. I know it would have probably helped, but I was making sacrifices, but I was not willing to make a dietary sacrifice. So they talk about things that you shouldn't eat to help your acne, like red meat, like milk, and I did not want to go down that route. I was like, I'm gonna treat it. It's hereditary, it's hormonal, so I am gonna figure this out. There must be something that can help me. And so even though my acne got better, it never got completely better. I still kept having breakouts. Same thing. It's all over my face, breakouts. Small sometimes, at times a little bit better, sometimes worse. Big, and then big breakouts. And so, and that is part why I also got really into makeup, because my goal every time I was going somewhere important was to cover up all those imperfections, and it was a lot to cover up. So I always use full coverage foundation, mattifying, oil-free, full coverage foundation. I could not do the minimal makeup, like light coverage, or like just a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, or CC cream. I could only dream of that. I would watch all the girls on Instagram, like very minimal with their super soft, pretty face, and that was not achievable for me, because first of all, I had so much oil, such oily skin. My eyeshadow even my eyelids would get oily. My eyeshadow would break within hours, like it would never last, even if I did the best I could. Same thing with my face makeup. The only thing that would help is mattifying throughout the day with blotting papers and mattifying powder. So that's what got me into makeup. And so now back to like, this was now spring of 2019. I had not found a solution. I was still hoping I could do it on my own. I was still including ingredients, like specific ingredients for certain things. Obviously, as I learned, not mix anything, but it wasn't getting rid of it. So then my friend, I had just made a new friend. She moved to the area, so she told me, like, we were talking about my acne and different things, different beauty things, and she told me, oh, you know what, my aunt, she might be able to help you. She helped my cousin who had really bad acne, and she showed me pictures of her cousin's condition. Like, she's a plastic surgeon, and she did nutrition, but she also, you know, helped my cousin. I was like, and she was like, you should give it a shot. And so I thought to myself, well, you know what, she's my friend, and then it's her aunt, and it's in Tijuana, it's in Mexico, so it might be cheaper, and I feel more comfortable going to someone who I know personally, per se. So I did take a consult, and thinking, like, you know, it's hormonal, they're gonna help me, they're gonna do something hormonally to help me. And so we were at Accutane. She prescribed me Accutane, not Accutane per se, but you know, that's what the main ingredient Accutane was what I was taking in that medication, since it was medicine from Mexico. I had heard really bad things about Accutane and how it could mess you up. Obviously that it did get rid of acne, but it was so harmful. She told me, you're gonna get really chapped lips, and you're gonna take it, we'll see how you progress, and then we'll let you know when to stop. Make sure you don't get pregnant. And so I didn't really know it was Accutane right off the bat when I got it, until I got home and I researched, you know, the ingredient that I was taking, and I was like, oh my god, I am at Accutane. And sure enough, first thing, my lips got super chapped, the most chapped ever. It felt like they were gonna crumble. No lip balm could take care of it. I just had to deal with it, and I dealt with it for the 6 months that I took Accutane. Sorry, I'm lying. I took Accutane for a total of 7 months, from August 2019 to March 2020. For the first 5 months or so, my breakouts got worst. My skin got really, really dry, so I went from super oily skin to really dry skin, where like I had to work a lot with my makeup so that it wouldn't look too cracked. I had to start using super moisturizing stuff. I now was using oil-free moisturizers. Before then, I wasn't just doing the SPF like the first doctor had told me, but oil-free moisturizer, you know, still like hydrating the skin, but now I was really moisturizing because my skin was so dry. I got huge breakouts. Something that I remember from Accutane, and I think I will forever will, because it really hurt me, was when I was on a trip last year, a big trip that we took. I got the biggest breakout right here, right between my nose and my eyebrow. I'll put a picture here. It was so bad. It looked like I had a cyst right here because it was so big. I could not get it to go away with anything. Obviously, I didn't want to pop it, but I would do hot compressions to like help it get down. I would move it around to see if it would drain. Nothing. I just had to leave it alone and let it drain on its own. Also, I did get colds more often during that time. I think I got sick, like I had to take the day off from work at least in 3 different occasions. So for like 7 months, that's a lot, because if I get sick, usually it's once or twice a year. Definitely not within like 7 months. I take getting sick so often. I will say, like everybody else has said, it does definitely do something to your body. I don't know if it really harms it, but at least it has really tough side effects. Also, I'm still, I don't know if it's from Accutane, but I want to say that it is. inside my nostrils, my inner corners, like right here, are really dry. Like you, at first they were like cracked and would almost bleed. Now it's a little bit better, but I do get my mucus. I get a lot of mucus, but then it gets stuck right here, and it becomes very crusty and it hurts. During that time, like 2 months before ending the treatment of Accutane, I also got, I believe you say chalazions. I'm not sure if I'm saying them right, but the name right, but they're basically cysts on your eyes, and I know it's from that because it says one of the reasons is acne, and then I use the same products on my eyes, so it couldn't have been a product. So I got these cysts on my eyes. First it started on this eye. It was like a cystic, small per se, but because your eye is such a small area, it looked really big. And then they were painful, so that also came along. And I'm sure that there have been other changes to my body because of Accutane. So I will say that Accutane is the only thing that got rid of it, because, you know, I never tried Proactive. Proactive is huge for acne, and I never tried it, and people did recommend it. But something about me just didn't want to try things that are shown on TV and advertised on TV. So I never tried Proactive, but I tried a lot of different things. The natural route, the salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide. So Accutane was the only thing that got rid of it. It balanced my oil. I no longer have oily skin, and I don't have super dry skin, thankfully, anymore after I finished the treatment. So it did help. I am gonna say that, like everybody else, it does help, but it is harsh. Thankfully it was just for 7 months, and so it didn't last. It wasn't like years, or like it's gonna be my whole life. And so the reason why I wanted to make this video is to tell everyone who's ever suffered from acne and is currently suffering that you're not alone. There's a bunch of us that have suffered from acne, and I also want people to like learn from my mistake of not seeking professional help immediately. I should have sought professional help when I was a teenager, like 13, 14, to help me. And definitely following up, if I had followed up with the first doctor and really gone through with the treatment, I might have not even had acne after that. I won't say that you can't take care of it on your own. I think some people who is more mild, you can take care of it. But if, let's say, in a year or even like 6 months, you're doing the right things, you're washing your face, you're applying products for acne, you have a somewhat balanced diet, if you don't see a difference, I would say definitely seek help. I also didn't seek help because of the financial standpoint. I thought I couldn't afford it, and so I mean, some of us are not going to be able to afford it, but as soon as we can save up for it or something, I definitely recommend that. Because if I had taken care of it, I wouldn't have had to put up with so much like I did. I even probably messed up my skin when I mixed the benzoyl peroxide and the vitamin C. I probably damaged my skin a little bit. And so that's why professionals are there to help us. So I would recommend, as soon as possible, if your problem is not going away, seeking either dermatologist or your general doctor, someone that, you know, will help you, because it'll alleviate so much stress. I felt that, like, I don't want to go out because my skin is a mess. Believe me, I was washing my face. I was every morning and every night, I would not sleep with my makeup. I would wash my face. I was using products for acne. I was using oil-free products, drinking water, having somewhat of a balanced diet. It was something internal, hereditary or hormonal, or just my skin my skin type. Thank you for everyone for watching this video and for chit-chatting with me per se. Don't forget to share this with others, so that if maybe they're going through this or they like hearing these types of videos, that they'll want to watch it. And don't forget to subscribe, that way you find out when I upload my latest video. And you guys have a good day. Thank you.